All right, guys, welcome to Game of the Week for week number 14 here on the OMFL. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry that we have not been able to do one of these in a while. Every time we pick a game, it's literally played within the first couple of hours after advance. And so we just have not had an opportunity to actually do a video before the game is played. And then things just kind of spiral out of control. But we have it for this week. The Redskins are hitting the road to face the Jaguars. Our buddy Brady is back in Game of the Week, and those Redskins, man, eat God, Everts, whatever he goes by, he has finally turned some things around, playing red hot these last couple of weeks, playing really, really good football. Now, again, Daddy Leach stuff isn't 100% correct, but it gives us a pretty good idea of where these two teams sit. I know that you're going to see that both of these teams are a little hot and cold, but I think that they also mirror each other in a lot of ways. You're going to see that both of them allow, 226 and 229, so just about the same amount of passing yards. Both of them allow a little over 100 rushing yards per game. Both of them are averaging right around 2 sacks per game. So a lot of this is going to be about these two teams being almost exactly the same. Third down percentage is 46.1 for the Redskins. Get that out of there while that does its thing. 41.6 for the Redskins, 49.9 for the Jaguars. So both of these teams are about the same, even on third down percentage. So let's take a look at the numbers in a little bit deeper manner. Jacksonville Jaguars are sitting at 8-4, 84 overall. They're fifth in points at 28 points per game. On defense, they're 11th. So this team is doing really well scoring points and really well keeping teams from scoring. They're only allowing 226 passing yards a game, but a little abnormally, they're allowing 107 rushing yards a game. They're 27th in the league, whereas they are the number one rushing team in the league at 147.3. This team has always been a very good rushing team. 361 total yards completely. Looking at some stats here, you're going to see that they're still working on this quarterback issue that they have. Parashield seems to be the guy, though. 13 touchdowns, but 16 interceptions. He has 10 sacks on the year, which isn't too bad of a number. 63.4%, 23 and 85 yards. Tyrone Boykin has gotten a little playing time, but he's at 57 completion percentage. But he does have 3 touchdowns to only 1 interception. But TJ Yeldon, Robinson, and now a guy named Leroy Flynn. He has taken the place of Chris Ivory this year. All of these guys are over 500 yards. It's amazing. 7 yards a carry for Flynn, 9.7 for Robinson, and 5 yards for Yeldon. All of these guys are just scoring machines and yards eating up. They're eating up that clock. 13 touchdowns for Yeldon, 5 for Robinson, and 5 for Flynn. Their receiving core all kind of share the ball. Davis, Robinson, Hearns, all these guys get their opportunities. Even Julius Thomas gets his opportunities. But Robinson really is the scoring machine for them at 7 touchdowns in the year. These guys also are able to get after the quarterback and cause interceptions. You're going to see their top 4 guys. They actually have 5 guys: Prince Amakimura, Jalen Ramsey, Telvin Smith, Seifert, and Gibson. All of these guys have 4 interceptions on the season. And they also get after the quarterback with Wang. That's a name. Michael Wang. He gets 9 sacks on the season already. Malik Jackson, the defensive tackle, is making some push right up front. He's getting 6 himself. And so this team really has turned some things around after a tough season last year and really a tough start of the season this year. Take a look at the Redskins, who really have been rebuilding for a couple of seasons now. They're averaging 30 points per game, 3rd in the league, 4th in total yards, 6th in passing, and 11th in rushing. This offense really is clicking. It is the defense that has been his struggle. He's 20th in yards, 12th in passing, which isn't too bad, but 32nd in points per game and 28th in rushing yards per game. If you look at some stats here, if I can get it to work, trying to get it to come up here. Where did that go? I don't know why that went way over there. Apologize about that. Let's try this again. Here we go. Here's our stats. You'll see that Jay Cutler, Johnny Manziel, Bayer, and Rawls, all these guys have had some passing attempts, but Jay Cutler really is the guy here. 15 touchdowns, I should say, 10 interceptions, 2,800 passing yards. Adrian Peterson's still running well at 624 yards, a 4.6 yard average. Even Carson's averaging 4.6, but both of those guys have 18 touchdowns combined on the season. Josh Doctson is really their big target, 44 receptions, 857 yards with 6 touchdowns on the season. If you look at their defense, they really have struggled. A couple of guys do get after the quarterback well, though. Woodson and White, each of those guys have 4. Wetson has 6. You got a couple of guys with 2s in there, even Griffin with 3. Even a couple of guys that have some nice interceptions. Bashad Breeland has 4 interceptions on the season, and Sue Cravens is their top tackler with 43 tackles. He throws in 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 interceptions. He's a guy that kind of does it all. So there's a look at your game of the week. You do have the Redskins visiting the Jaguars. It's going to be the rushing attack versus the passing attack. What is going to kind of come up of this? I've got to take the Jaguars, and here's why. They've got 3 guys over 500 yards rushing. They've got almost 20 touchdowns rushing on the ground. They eat up the clock. They play really good, solid defense right up front. They're going to cause the Redskins to have to make some opportunities develop as they push the ball downfield and maybe take some chances. That's going to cause some interceptions that are going to happen. They're just going to sit there and feed the running back, feed the running back, feed the running back. It will be interesting to see. They are facing the 11th ranked rush defense in the league, so we'll see how that plays out. But give me the Jaguars in a 24-27 victory at home against the Redskins. And there you have it. Game of the week for week number 14 here in the OMFL. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check out the Press Pass Live. It is also being posted, and we're working on the hot seat. So we'll try to get those in. Check them all out on our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe us. Thanks for tuning in, fellas. We'll see you next week.